Welcome to the European City of Sport, Antwerp in Belgium, where the World Gymnastics Championships has returned to the place where the competition first began back in 1903. And it has already turned out to be an historic event, with Kohei Uchimura being crowned the most successful gymnast of all time. And he did it in emphatic style. To be honest with you, we didn't expect anything else. But talking of greatness, I'd just like to say hello and welcome to the programme to Beth Tweddle and Lewis Smith inside the Sports Palace, as it's known. So let's just bring everybody up to date. So Uchimura, he did a superb job, didn't he, in the men's all-around?
It was unbelievable.
But we did have British interest as well with Dan Purvis and Max Whitlock as well. Now, Dan Purvis, he finished in 7th, and Max Whitlock, in his very first all-around competition at world level, finished in 4th, Lewis. I mean, what a performance.
I mean, it was great, and a lot of people think 4th, a bit hard done by. But you can look at that and think, right, I've got a lot to work on. You can still get some temps and, push, some of the older guys for a medal, in future World Championships. So it was great.
Well, this evening our attention's turned to the all-around, the women's side of things. So Beth, let's have a little look at the runners and riders here then. So starting up on vault, this is the top 6 qualifiers here. So Simone Biles, she's the one to look out for, isn't she?
She is the one to be. It's hers to lose. Everyone is going to be watching her, and obviously she's the favourite.
Kyla Ross as well, her team name, obviously a strong contender, but Alia Mustafina, she had a nightmare.
She had a nightmare in qualification, but she'll be more settled now and looking to move up the rankings.
And your Dasha, can she get in there, do you reckon?
She can, and with others with mistakes.
Okay, well, over to the uneven bars then. Julia Steingruber, she was 4th in the Europeans in the all-around last year. Vanessa Ferrari, she was competing when you were.
She was. She won her first world title back in 2006, so it kind of makes me feel quite old.
7 years ago. So over to balance beam, and this is where the Great British interest is. Of course, we've got Rebecca Tunney there and Ruby Harold as well. A good piece to start, would you say?
It can be and it can't be. I mean, it's so nerve-wracking to go to your World Championships all around, but obviously beam, it is the one with the least amount of place that you can make mistakes. So we'll just have to see how they can hold their nerve.
That'd be a good one. You can progress from there, can't you?
Yeah, you can. Once it's over and done with, you can then enjoy the competition.
Okay, and onto floor then as well. Asuka Teramoto from Japan. She was 11th at the Olympics. And Elizabeth Sykes as well, maybe one to look out for. 2nd at the Euros back in 2011. So, well, you can hear the crowd. I mean, they're absolutely right behind these gymnasts here. They love an all-around competition, and we're going to head down into the commentary box to hear from Mitch Fenner and Christine Still, who will talk us through the competition.
Thank you, Matt, and lots of excitement, packed house, terrific atmosphere. And this is Laura 1, home interest. Belgium kicks it all off, and we look at her on floor.
Clean 2.5 twist to start. Strong round off flip into a double pike somersault, well controlled. Confident series of leaps. One and a half walk out into the double twist. She maintained her momentum. This final tumble needs to have left enough energy for a good double back. She has. A very good opening for the host nation, for Belgium. Not the most difficult, but a good performance.
16 years old, her first World Championships. Good start, she qualified in 22nd. Kyla Ross, part of the powerhouse American team. She opens up. Powerful in the run, good conversion upwards. Double twist, beautifully done. Great start for her. She qualified in second.
And efficient vaulting here. Not the most difficult vault we'll see today. 2 twists, but one of the cleanest. She went right down the middle of the landing area. You can see she lands on that middle white line exactly as you should. Legs locked together, nice straight arms on the top of the platform. Doesn't really give many marks to the judges to take away.
Super efficient, super clean. Again, just 16 years old. The Americans keep producing this talent. 15.366. Great start for Kyla Ross. And on the runway now is Simone Biles, another 16-year-old. Laura Wem, and her score 12.366. And we speak about power, and this young lady, Simone Biles, the USA, qualified with a massive 60.133.
And just watch this vault. The most difficult you'll see today. 2.5 twists, and did she rock it off the top of that platform.
Fabulous power and height. Have a look at how she converts it. That is very convincing. Miles into the sky. Clean on the twist and just the pace forward. Watch the conversion. She blocks hard. Pushes up, rockets up, and there, just the pace at the end, but just look at the determination. And good low shape on, converts beautifully.
Comes out beautifully, doesn't she, Mitch? Comes out of that twist to meet the floor.
Oh dear, oh dear. What a start. At 15.85. She got 15.9 in qualifying. She's proved it's no fluke. Look at that. Unbelievable.
And this is what's likely to set her apart in this championships.
Zhang Chunsong from China. Tiny little figure. 17 years old. She qualified in 7th. And this was the piece, her lowest score. She got 13.966. A little bit laboured in the approach. Flat off the horse and a little bit off centre, but clean enough.
Well, the contrast in physiques couldn't have been more stark. She lifts up off the top, but only enough airtime for 1 twist. So the tariff for the vault is quite a bit lower. Nice and neat, nice and clean, but she really hasn't got a tremendously powerful run. And that aligned to her diminutive figure, you can see she has to pike down and she's just slightly offline. So it's out of 5 and there were areas for the judges to deduct.
She looks, she might even be limping a little bit, I'm not sure. 14, oh, she's upped her game from qualifying. Zhang Chunsong. Well, that traditional, almost worried look, we've got used to it now from Alia Mustafina. Elegance personified. And she qualified down in 5th. She can vault a bit, Chris.
She can, going for a double twist, and you can see the power and determination. Very clean double twist, a tiny little flicker of legs apart, but she looks like she means business today.
Very measured in the approach. Backflip onto the horse, good conversion upwards, double twist, but way to the side. She may even get a deduction for being out of the corridor. Let's have a closer look now. You see a veer to the side, clearly to the side, and where's that foot going? Just about gets away with it, I think.
She very, very quickly turned and presented to the judges, not giving them too much time to ponder over where the feet had been on landing.
14.966 she got on this apparatus in qualifying. 14.891. Big names have had a good solid start so far. Larissa Iordache, Romania. She has been European all-round champion. And here she is, being qualified in 4th place with a problem on bars, but that's one event away. Let's see the vault. Powerful run again. Double twist, slightly off centre, but clean enough, and she's smiling. So, another good start. The big guns are going well, Chris.
Another very athletic gymnast. She pops off the top here, plants, pops, wraps in very nicely, as Mitch said, just off to one side. Quite often the gymnasts create the wrong direction right from the round off. She's not too bad. It's the push off the top where she just pushes one hand more than the other in preparation for wrapping into the twist. But it's lovely height, clean legs, clean landing.
Really does wrap it in there.
You can see the gymnasts very rapidly getting ready for bars.
That's a good score, 15.033. Apart from the Americans, he's the only one to get into that bracket. Little look on bars now. This is Vanessa Ferrari, and she's written her own history book as far as this sport is concerned. She goes way back, but she's still brilliant.
And this probably not her favourite apparatus. She's swinging nicely there in an inverted grasp into full turn, straight into the front somersaults to the Jaeger, down to the low bar and back up again. That's a requirement on all the gymnasts to use the low bar as well. Good clear circle. Swings up strongly, full twisting double back. A good solid opening for Vanessa.
And what a pedigree she's got. She's been world champion, European champion 6 and 7 years ago, and still in here competing. High, confident release in the Jaeger. Powerful gymnast. Holds her style and keeps the swing. Feet across the bar, keeping those arms nice and straight, and the full twisting double to finish. 13.7 for Vanessa Ferrari.
The girl preparing at the balance beam is a 17-year-old gymnast from Great Britain.
The young lady, surely, for those of you watching at home, needs no introduction. On beam it is. Rebecca Tenney.
Always difficult when you're having to wait to start. The judges won't signal to start until the score for the previous gymnast is up.
There's the standing. Simone Biles way out in front already. Kyla Ross and Larissa Iordache in 3rd place. Alia Mustafino, a little bit to do, and Yao Ninan is in 5th at the moment.
And that was the British team of coaches and physios looking on there. Rebecca Tunney, coached by Claire Duffy at the City of Liverpool. Of course, Beth Tweddle's club.
16 years old she is. Rebecca Tunney for Great Britain takes to the beat.
Rebecca exploded onto the scene at the 2012 Olympics. She was Britain's top gymnast, but this is a very difficult skill. Round off, straight somersaults. Oh, and she just didn't have quite enough speed and power to hold it. Now that's costly. She'll be starting with 1 whole mark deduction for the fall. Much stronger with the forward somersault. Lovely height there. Sideways somersault. She's shown the judges all varieties of somersault already. It's one of the things every gymnast has to do. And the obligatory spin. Change leg split sleep. Needs 2 jumps joined. There she does them. It's always very difficult to start on beam, and even more difficult to regain your composure once you've had an error. Good free cartwheel. She's looked a little tentative, but she's managed to hold her nerve. Just the big dismount. Here we go, round off. Double pike somersault, did that excellently.
Good recovery for Rebecca. She went for a very difficult element. Came unstuck, but she really showed her grit. There's Claire Duffy there. 3 still to go, but this was it, Chris.
Yes, she wasn't so much offline. It just didn't really have enough speed to bring the shoulders up. And when you see her do the double pike off the end, she's so efficient in the round off.
So a little glitch for Rebecca, but 3 pieces to make good the damage. And she's already looking a very key member, future of British female gymnastics, Chris.
Oh yes, she, as I say, Rebecca was British champion in 2012 in her first year as a senior, and she went into the Olympics as the youngest competitor from Great Britain in any sport. She was the baby of the Olympic Team GB at the Olympics, and she performed without a flicker of nerves at the Olympics. She came 12th all around at the Olympics, but then she's had a bit of injury this year. She didn't compete at the Europeans earlier in the year because of injury, and she's really probably a little bit short of competition this year, just pushing back.
Well, the judges are taking their time, the deliberations, and the judging on the whole, certainly on the men's side, has been very severe in this championships. Asuka Teramoto for Japan. Very dramatic. Setting up the first tumble, skips across the floor. A bit flat in the leap from it. Nice and clean in the straight semi from the 2.5 twist. Controlled that well. Triple twist. Maybe 2 7/8. Christine will tell us all about that later. And he zips across the floor. There's the double pike. Tiny skip backwards. What do you think?
Well, that was a very much improved performance. She struggled a bit in qualification. She was well down the pack, having been a really impressive gymnast at the Olympics.
And the score for Rebecca Tenney, 11.966. He's got a little bit to do.
Du monde. Et là, voilà, en finale des 24 meilleurs, Roxana Popa-Nedelcu.
Roxana Popa-Nedelcu, believe it or not, she's from Spain.
And a very nice opening there. The Shaposhnikova from the low bar to the high, straight into Ginger somersault. And then a very nice Jaeger somersault, front somersault as well. Big catch-over. She's included 3 big releases already in this bar routine. And there we go, another one. Down to the low bar, the pack salto down to the low bar. A little bit flat on that transfer. Making the upstart a bit flat as well, but she's winding up well into the dismount. Lovely double straight with full twist. Buckled a little bit at the knees, but held on well.
Well, that was a busy routine. Lots of good combinations. That's been spectacular stuff in there as well. It's a pity she buckled on the dismount, but she'll be delighted with that, I'm sure. Toe on Shaposhnikova, no problem there. Nice change of shape to set up the Ginger. Really good stuff from her. It was difficult and continuous. Good in the Jaeger, packing it all in there. Toe on catch-up. Really good to see this. Plenty of hard work. And what they're going to reward her with, we'll have to see.
It's big, strong work, but she doesn't all the time connect lots of difficulties together. The first 2 she does, but to really get up high with the scores on bars, you have to have those big start values. Wow, that was a mount. Sasada from Japan. Oh, and what a shame after that full twisting straight back somersault mount. She does 2 relatively easy jumps and has a big wobble. Lovely front somersault though, high, well landed. The back flip and the layout somersault, these gymnasts have to link to acrobatic skills to get their full difficulty level. She does that confidently. The change leg, splits leap to a ring. She took the head right back. And an ambitious spin with the leg held high above the head. Well controlled free walkover. Change leg leap as well. Just missing a few connections. I'm sure she would have tried to join those 2 leaps. With some extra bonus points. But she's been steady. She hasn't had a fall. She now just needs to make sure of the dismount. Big, strong double pike dismount. A good, solid routine. The smile says it all.
Well, 4th she was in the Youth Olympic Games in Singapore. That was 13.5. Carlotta Felito. And known for very elegant work on the beam. Nice and precise. Gathering. 2 flicks, good layout. Solid landing. Really, she looks very, very secure, and I would hate to lay the curse upon her from the commentator. Quiet, confident performance. Now then, would love to stick this landing. 2.5 twists, nicely done. A lot of Filito. And 14.1 the reward, and the marks are hard to come by on beam.
That was a very good score.
Elizabeth Seitz for Germany on floor. Let's see how she fared.
Elizabeth Seitz, known for her great work on the uneven bars, with a powerful tumbler, double twist, into front somersault with half turn. Oh, and she bounded out of that double tuck. You were right, Mitch, this is Gail Mize, not even though the caption said Seitz. Very distinctive floor routine. Strong double twist. Ambitious leap there, the change leg half turn with ring to the head. Powers down, lovely double pike. What a shame she had that rebound for the double tuck, because the rest was very good.
Lovely moment for her in front of a packed house. Gail Mize. Handspring, double twist, into half twist. That's quite a difficult skill. She did it so well. Pulling hard through the flick. Spiking down heavily from that skill, but apart from that one error, making the most of this home crowd appearance, double pike. Gail Mize enjoying her time out there. 12.966.
Confirmation then of the results after the first piece of apparatus. No surprise really. We've got Simone Biles leading the way ahead of her teammate Kyla Ross. Larissa Jordash at the moment is in third, but Mustafina will have something to say as the competition progresses. Good to see Vanessa Ferrari, Beth, there in eighth.
Yeah, she's had a great start on bars. I mean, it's always one of the harder pieces to score, so the fact that she's in eighth, she'll be pleased.
Good, so down as we look through there. Any major surprises there?
Not at the minute, no. I mean, you can never tell from the first piece. Different apparatus you can score better on, so until that last round.
Well, and there, of course, the British gymnasts. We've got Rebecca Tunney in 21st place and Ruby Harold in 22nd. Now, Ruby qualified in 6th, but this is how she's ended up down in that position at the moment. So just give us an idea of what's been going on here, Beth.
So she started on beam. She had a nice solid mount with a unique exit to it. It's always difficult to start your World Championships on beam. Unfortunately, nerves got slightly bit better of her this time.
Looking quite confident at this stage. I mean, it's quite a difficult start.
Yeah, the first part is she's got a great front somersault there, solid, and then this is where she came to mishap, just slightly offline. Once you're offline with that beam, there's no way you can pull it back on. You can fight it. She then has to think to herself, try and compose herself, calm down, and get back on with it. Once you've fallen once, you just have to think to yourself, it's happened, I've got to get on with it.
I mean, this is the thing, talking of the men's gymnastics, there's 6 pieces of apparatus to claw your way back. We saw, obviously, Hambushin did a wonderful job there. However, there's just not that kind of opportunity, is there, with women's
There's
gymnastics?
only the 4 apparatus, but then I suppose you can look at that, there's 2 less pieces to make a mistake on. And unfortunately, she had a small error here that ended up. So it's not a great start, but obviously she's got 3 apparatus, beams over and done with now for both Rebecca and Ruby. They'll be out there enjoying the floor exercise and showing the world what they are made of.
Well, I mean, we have to just have a quick word on
It was a great dismount. I mean, it's always hard. Once you've had 2 falls, you've got to keep yourself composed. So the fact that she got up and did a dismount was brilliant.
Yeah. And I guess for her now, it's just about going around and trying to get as much of this experience as possible.
It is. I mean, once you've made them mistakes, you can't do anything about it. You've just got to fight back, and the fact that she's got 3 apparatus to do that and make the most of the World Championships.
Well, the first one, the top 6 started on vault. We saw Biles and we saw Jordache, 2 completely different styles. I mean, one so dynamic, the other so beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, Biles, she's just a powerhouse. I mean, look at that block and into the 2.5 twist. She knows exactly where it is. You see her in training, and it's practically the same every time she does it. And then Jordache, just beautiful gymnastics.
Well, will Kyla Ross be able to compete against the teammate? We'll find out. So, as it stands at the moment, Kyla Ross ahead of teammate Biles, ahead of teammate Kyla Ross, with Jordache in 3rd position. As we move on to the second piece of apparatus, we'll head down to our commentators, Mitch Fenner and Christine Still.
Gail Mice completing a very nice vault. She's delighted with it. Not so difficult, Christine.
No, just the 1 twist in the second flight. But it was good, it was high. She didn't give many marks away at all.
Wem, teammate there. Belgian girls have done well to get into this final. 2 of them. The score 13.958. 21 years old now, Gail.
Op een internationale wedstrijd. En dus krijgen ze dat element voortaan naar zich genoemd.
Naomi Makara from Hungary is 15 years old. We know very little about her, except that she's been very active on the World Series circuit. Made 8 finals there, so here she is anyway, on vault.
Very slight but efficient gymnast, going for a vault marked out of 5, handspring pike front somersault with half turn, very nice, very clean. She's made quite a name for herself as a junior, as an asymmetric bar worker.
Kyla Ross goes to bars. She's 16 years old and she scored a very useful 15.133 in qualifying. Pencil straight in the handstand. Nice transfer through the Shaposhnikova. And the pack confidently performed. Half turn. Clean in the half turn from Stoop. Nice Jaeger, keeping the swing. In and out to full turn, very nicely done indeed. Hitting those handstands beautifully. Winding up, double straight and just a little adjustment, but that really is a good routine. Kyla Ross building on a good start.
She swings with beautiful ease. This is the Shaposhnika with half turn, but she uses the stoop in and out a lot. You can see the feet, or this is the front somersault high above the bar. She caught with a little bit bent arms. Judges will deduct just a little bit for that. But she's very efficient on the stoop in and out. That's when you don't put the feet on the bar, they just go in and out, and that's very well rewarded. Here, a very, very nice double straight. She holds the shape right into the floor.
Congratulations all round. Amazingly, she's halfway through the competition. This four-piece is a real challenge. You have to stay focused. Naomi Makra score on vault 13.7. Steady average for her. Kyla Ross waits for her score.
This will be a very interesting score. She was in the top 3 on the uneven bars in qualification. She's in the bars final, where of course we've got British interest.
15.1, that'll do nicely. And well, we get to know her, Simone Biles. If you didn't know before this competition, you sure are going to know her name after this World Championships. Sensational in qualifying with 60.133. Here she is on bars, and Simone Biles, after a great start on vaults, here she is on uneven bars.
Starts with the very difficult Weiler, the front giant, or the front circle. On and off with full pirouette. Big Kachev. Lovely handstand shape. Oh, and the stoop Kachev straight into the somersault down to the low bar. Very clean with those turns. And super height on the transfer. Doesn't lose any momentum or swing. Very clean. Turn off into handstand, into full twisting double back. Not the most difficult, we'll see, but power-packed from beginning to end. She doesn't have any wasted swings or energy.
Maybe not the most difficult and maybe not the most elegant, but efficiency. Dear, oh dearie me, that was amazing. You can see she really is power-packed. The stoop, toe on Kachev, beautifully done. It's the handstand there. Kept it going, such power to call upon. So on, nice transfer to the bar. Little shuffle along there. So on and off, almost pedestrian, but look at what she did from it. Full twisting double. Well, Van Klaveren from the Netherlands, with the Koester there, coach. Well, this a solid all-round performance. She got a silver medal on vaults in the Europeans. Oh, come on! She fights it well. Disappointment on her first apparatus. Down in the 10s, I believe, but here, going well indeed. Once again, the leg flies to the side, but she gets it under control. Setting up the spin. And it's a double spin, and again the leg a little bit out of control, but she is determined to stay on that apparatus. This time it didn't work. Finally it caught up with her. That's one whole mark away. 2.5 twists. It's a pity. She struggled through big problems and then finally gave into them.
Sort of adds up. You fight, and it just all catches up eventually. She showed a lot of heart.
The first half of her competition has not gone to plan. And what about this young lady? On course, 14.7, 15.85. It adds up well. Vanessa Ferrari. Will she ever retire? I hope not. She's an example.
See the little Chinese gymnasts there with the tape around their fingers.
That's what it's looking like. Simone Biles ahead of Kyla Ross, no surprise then. Vanessa Ferrari into third, and Carlotta just a little bit behind in fourth place. And this young lady, Alia Mustafina, and her bars traditionally has been beautiful to watch, Christine, hasn't it?
Yes, she's the Olympic champion on uneven bars. This is her piece of apparatus. And she's got a new element in here as well. Watch carefully when she transfers from the low bar to the high bar. She does it with a full turn, or she did in qualification.
Alia Mustafina then approaches bars. She qualified with 14.966. She's class.
Look of determination. Hits that all-important first handstand. Lovely full pirouette. Here we go, the full turn in the Shaposhnikova. Back down to the low bar and straight back up again. She's got all those combinations together. Super handstand, stoop in and out, flighty, piked front somersault. She's a gymnast that gives herself time on the apparatus, doesn't she? Turn off with full pirouette, into the 1.5 twisting double back. She played safe in qualifying, but she went for it there. That was fabulous.
Great stuff. Not the super fine elegance we're used to from her, but what grit and what difficult skills she put together in that routine. Lots to get your teeth into here, you at home and the judges as well. That was just, if we could say, the half-turn transfer. She preceded that with a full turn. So much good work, and that pike semi to catch, confident and powerful. And really, this sets out her stall. She's challenging for this all-round. 1.5 twists in the double. Good stuff, isn't it? Great to see it.
Great to see Mustafina working well. She didn't have a really good time in qualification. Looked a bit unsettled. Much happier now.
Elizabeth Seitz. Oh, double twist. A little bit flat, but very efficient indeed. And she got for that vault 14.833, so that makes up for disappointment on the first piece for her. And what for Alia Mustafina?
She knows it was a good routine. She's waiting to see the judges score.
It's really good, refreshing to see she did not hold back. She went for it.
And it's the way she linked those difficult skills together that builds her start value. In
15.233. She's got a reward and quite deserved it. Larissa Yodash. Now what has she got to offer?
Wow.
Securing the handstand. Half turn. Sets up the Jaeger. Toe on and off with full turn. Kachev transfer through the pack to low bar. She's not going to be phased. A little bit short on the handstand there. She's really zipped through this, isn't she? Full twisting double, what do you think?
Well, she will be delighted. She mucked up in qualification on the bars, and that is her poor piece, and she performed it really well. I think she's going to challenge now. She looked really up for the job today.
Quite a few of them out there do. It's hotting up nicely.
She was great as a junior, Jordache, on bars, but somehow lost her way a little bit as a senior. But that was a very nice swingy routine. Won't have such a huge start value as some of the others, but look, nailed the dismount, gave very little away.
Competition then warming up nicely. And it used to be Romania and Russia, sometimes the United States, but now the United States are the team to beat. And 12.733 for Noel van Klaveren. She's not happy, but she's got the second half still to come to make good some damage.
Well, she didn't have a great time on bars in qualification, much better here, but she did have a great time on beam. She qualified top on beam. So this is setting her up very nicely for her best piece of Apparatus. And you can see all the gymnasts eyeing each other. Here we see the slow motion replay. Good catcher, just a bit untidy on the legs. You can see she lets them just fly apart on certain moments.
14.2, it is her weakest piece, but she did go through.
Well,
fourth place at the moment with 29.233.
13-1 in qualifying, so that was a big step up.
Yao Yinan.
And the Chinese have looked fabulous on bars. Here we go again, that same combination from the low bar straight back up to the high, and again. Now watch this. Front somersault over the bar. The only female gymnast around to do that. Lovely full turn then, whips the second one round. And the 1.5. The coach is bobbing about, expecting her to catch him, but she didn't. She cut it short, double straight dismount.
He doesn't realise the crowd are applauding him. That was a wonderful performance from the coach. And the gymnast was so impressive too. To see that Gaylord, which when it was first done by a male gymnast was impressive enough. But that is one big move. Well done, young lady. Terrific.
It's really impressive, isn't it? She gets to catch it under grasp. The only thing is it sort of leaves her in a bit of a dead hang. And it'll be interesting to see how the judges deal with it. But a super, super high double straight dismount.
A smile reflects joy at that routine. Vanessa Ferrari, and echoes of the past here, Christine. Take us through this beam, because it hasn't been her best piece historically, has it?
No, but qualification she was good. She's made beam final, so she'll be feeling confident. Started with the planche that she does so well. Lots of confidence on the round-off straight back somersault. She moves fluently. Free walkover. Confident with the sheep jump. The jump where you touch your head on your feet. And another leap. Ring leap where she flicked her head back. You can see she's not at all tentative, and this is something that the judges reward very well. They want to see attack on the beam, not just slow, ponderous work. Little bit of sideways dance that they're required to add in now. And that was a strong change leg ring. She's zipped along, hasn't given herself time to wobble. Yes, you can see the focus, watching the end of the beam, up into the double pipe. That was very strong work from Vanessa Ferrari.
22 years old now, and she's been European champion, world champion, showing us that age is no problem. Beth Sweatle will agree with that, I'm sure. But she was precise, she was confident, and I've seen so often in the past, this has been her bête noire, but not tonight.
No, good beam work is all about being confident, taking charge of the apparatus.
14.166. And the score for Yao Yunan, 15.333. Wow.
Well, certainly very impressive stuff.
For the WM, Belgium on vault. Stuttered a little in the run, but converted it nicely. Jenko full twist, clean, and it earned to 13.8.
Well, you can see just a tiny figure at the back there, one gymnast still performing on the beam. Against this white background, it's quite difficult to pick them out.
We're in such a privileged position. Elizabeth Black, Canada. On beam. (18 years old. In the London Olympics, she was 8th on vault. It's a big challenge for her. Nice pike, Sammy. Confident and powerful. Gathering, flick, lay out to 2 feet, very nicely done. Confidently through the side, Sammy, with just a little body wobble. Tuck Sammy this time. Will she get the connection? Well, this has been a business-like routine, nicely tidied up at the end. Elizabeth Black going well. And she's coached, Chris, by Elvira Sadi.
Yes, one of the iconic gymnasts of the past, Elvira Sadi, been in Canada a long time. Produced many good Canadian gymnasts.
Halfway through. Fantastic atmosphere. .133 for Elizabeth Black.
3 minutes.
Well, it is incredible to think that we are halfway around already. This competition is flying by us. So Simone Biles leads the way ahead of Kyla Ross, who's now closed that gap to less than 0.1. But Yao Yunan, after that unbelievable release and catch on uneven bars, has swung her way up into the medal contention place at the moment. Mustafina down in 4th, Jordache 5th. Sight's doing well as well. She's now up into 9th. And the British girls will be on the next page as we go down. Let's just get confirmation of that. Had a disappointing time on floor. Hopefully we'll get a chance to show you those routines in just a moment. But there is Rebecca Tunney in 21st, Ruby Harold in 22nd. So let's start, if we can, with Rebecca Tunney's floor routine. She got a score of 13 for this. But it all kind of went wrong from the start, didn't it?
Yeah, unfortunately, she just had far too much power for this first tumble, and that will have cost her quite a bit, stepping out and the steps. But then she actually composed herself and finished the routine. The next tumble, she nailed it. So it's always difficult once you have a bad start, but the fact that she then pulled herself back up was brilliant.
And on to Ruby Harold's routine, score of 13.7 for Ruby.
Ruby actually did a really great routine. She'd had that disappointment on beam, but she thought to herself, oh well, let's get back up, and every landing on her tumble she nailed. So she had a fantastic routine and scored, I think it was about a 13.7. So
yeah, 13.7.
She had a great routine and really showed it off to the crowd.
I mean, it's so difficult, isn't it, when you make so many mistakes. You know this so well, Beth, and obviously with your routines you have to change a lot because of your ankles, so you know about those blind landings, thinking of Rebecca Tunney's first.
Yeah, I mean, I had the same difficulty in the fact that I had to land forward, so it's a lot more difficult. You can't spot things as easy as you can when you're going backwards. Like this dismount, you can see the landing and therefore you can nail it, whereas that double Arabian with Rebecca on the first tumble, it's all about precision.
Now, Lewis, a word on Yao Yunan's release. I mean, it's just remarkable. I mean, this is men's high bar kind of stuff, isn't it?
I mean, I wasn't sure what I was going to expect.
I kept saying to Matt Lewis, I was like,
yeah, you did.
Look.
You were saying, look.
Unbelievable. I've only ever seen one girl ever do that before, in 2005. But yeah, that was incredible stuff. I like to see things that are quite unique and original, and
We're
she's in third place. So.
We were laughing at the coach. She kept trying to step in as if she was going to do another release and never did.
Well, this is the thing with uneven bars. You know, obviously you've got to get your legs out of the way of the bar. She's got double the obstacles to get around if the coach is diving around in there as well. So on to the third piece of apparatus already, and the top 6, they're moving on to beam, and this is going to be a really interesting rotation here because all but one of them have made it into the beam final.
Yeah.
So
I think beam is always the make or break piece. You've got your top 6 powerhouses, and it's who can hold their nerve on the night. And like you were saying, they've all made beam finals, so they are beam specialists as well. So it'll be really interesting, this one. And Simone's actually going to be up first, so she can, in a way, get it over and done with and then just concentrate for floor.
And thinking of the British girls as well, then, Lewis, they're moving on to vault, so a chance to maybe just get rid of some of that tension that might be there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, vault, I think they just need the power into it. You know, get rid of those nerves and just do the job.
Well, you said, Beth, that Simone Biles is up first on beam. There she is, just doing her last few little bits of warm-up. What will be going through her mind as a 16-year-old here at her first Worlds and making such an impact?
Do you know what? She won't be thinking about it being her first World Championship. She'll be thinking exactly what her coach normally tells her.
Yeah, well, let's get down to the end of the runway with Mitch Venner and Christine Still.
Carlotta Finito, 1.5 twists, slightly askew on landing, but she's having a good solid competition.
Italians are looking strong. They're experienced gymnasts and they're showing their experience here. Very good beam workers.
Simone Biles on beam. It's a test. She's in front at the moment. Will she be after this?
Well, this young gymnast is very inexperienced. And look at that beautiful spin. Very difficult, very well controlled. 2 jumps quite effortlessly joined. Strong free walkover, but no hesitation. She went straight into the jump after it. Little original pull up onto the toes there. Concentration. Backflip, layout somersault. Held it tight. Very confident looking air about her. 2 strong jumps. Every move finished with a flourish. She's not an elegant gymnast, which means this is an apparatus she has to work hard on. She has to use her power, show her style, and she's doing just that. One flip, two flips, full twisting double back dismount. What a finish! She showed every bit of power right till the finish there.
Well, 14.4 she got in qualifying. That was a low score for her of the four. And she's showing no signs of nerves, 16 years old, and the power. Absolutely rock solid. And look at that for a dismount, knees locked together, full twisting double. Forgive her that hop back, it's incredible stuff. Carlotta Filito, 14.333, putting together a very useful series indeed.
On the floor, ladies and gentlemen, from Italy, Vanessa Ferrari
on floor, and that in the past on this piece of apparatus she's captured an awful lot of hearts. She's got some great tumbling. It's still there. It just popped through a double-double like it's nothing. And there's one with a full twist, so lovely work from Vanessa Ferrari to start. More power. Double tuck, a little skip to the side, but lovely little change of tempo, momentum, and just put this together so well. She's matured, and so, of course, has her work. She absolutely is living this performance. More power again. Double pike. Had a problem controlling that, but Vanessa Ferrari, you had lost nothing.
That was a really lovely performance from Ferrari, and one of the things is that her leaps and jumps match the difficulty of her tumbles. She's really got such powerful tumbling. Look, double twisting, double back, and really does it easily and makes the landing look easy. She's a gymnast who lands very well. It's just a double tuck. This probably was the biggest hop she had.
Zhang Shenzong, little flicker of the golden eyelids just to keep her focus.
And when you're as tiny as this, some pieces are hard, but the beam looks wider when you're this little. Super height on the leap. What do we see? Two backflips. Sky-high layout somersault, but off from the beginning. Super split on the leaps. All the Chinese gymnasts are wonderfully supple and powerful. Just a little pause of concentration before a really impressive double spin. The gymnasts have to include difficult leaps and spins, and the double spin is one of the best rewarded spins. Change leg leap, linked to the back somersault. She's got so much power. She really is very dynamic here. What a shame she made the error early on, but it hasn't phased her at all. so many acrobatic as well as leaps. I'm sure a big confident dismount it is. Double pike.
Well, that was a lesson in focus. After that mistake, she went on and was centimetre perfect. Okay, now then. This is what you did wrong. Give her a chance to breathe. A little bit heavy now. And there's a Ferrari. 14.466. Simone Piles, 14.433, so she's a tiny bit better off than she was in qualifying. And score is creeping up.
Kijkt u zometeen ook naar de balk, naar de oefening van Alia Mustafina. Aan de grond eerst de oefening
Belasiki
van
Milusi is standing by.
Milusi.
Belasiki Milusi, who stepped in place of Jessica Lopez, 29 years old, Christine. Lovely, elegant gymnast she is. Double tuck, it won't be difficult. She'll be looking at gymnastic elements to sell the routine. See the pedigree on beam as well. This is the sort of work we've come to expect from her. Tumbling is not her forte, but she really needs to produce one now. Acceleration through the flick. There's the double pike. Controlled and elegant, but really it wasn't difficult.
No, but full of style, full of charisma.
Alia Mustafina just a shrug of the shoulders and exhales to get focus together. Such an important stage of the competition. Mustafina.
And Mustafina is a really classical gymnast on beam. And she linked those three elements beautifully. Needs to keep all that focus. Change leg half. Into the flip half turn. And she just gave herself a little bit of dance before the double spin. Very difficult, but beautifully performed. Free walkover into backflip. A change leg leap with the ring. She's working beautifully but carefully, making sure she's giving absolutely nothing away. Here comes the dismount. Double tuck, just a pace. That she was very happy with. It was a little bit slow, but she made it to the end.
Well, she was in fourth at the halfway stage. That was an important routine for her. Beam has dashed so many hopes in the past. You could see the exhale there. She was focused, and she started very solidly indeed, and kept her presence, kept her focus. There's only one occasion after the double spin where she just lost her composure. Wrapped it up nicely, little pace back. 14.166 she made in qualifying. She has to get above that, really.
Well, she's classy, she's elegant, hasn't got the huge difficulty of some of the gymnasts, but her leaps and spins are very beautifully performed.
So Alia Mustafina needs a good score to make an impression on the top three. .166, exactly that with which she qualified. Second at the moment, but you don't need me to tell you that big names still to come in this rotation. One of those, Marissa Radash. Here she is on beam. There's the gather. Accelerates through the flick, full twist, tuck, nicely done. Huge difficulty. Oh, and she's off. She comes off on a straight summit, makes the full twist. It's just... It is one of those pieces there is no way back. Like men's pommel horse, it has claimed so many victims. Oh, and now she's jittery. Regained her composure now. Backflip. Oh, and it's a triple twist.
Well, that is a real big surprise to me, Mitch. She was the top qualifier on beam. She's the European champion on beam. It's really her piece. And she felt the pressure there, didn't she? She knew if she did her best routine, she could really penetrate. Just put too much pressure on herself. And it really wasn't a very good takeoff right from the beginning. The legs were a little bit bent. She didn't give herself a chance. We've seen her compete that move with a full twist, but this dismount I love, the triple twist out of the round-off flip.
Well, just to give you a measure to back up what you said, Chris, 15.266 in qualifying. She will be decimated. And Rodionova from Russia, we know very little about her.
Here on the vault, good strong round off, full twist, not a flicker, only out of 15, but the judges will no doubt take a little bit for height and length, but not much.
14.141, that was amazing, nice and straight and clean and precise. Yao Yinan, after that amazing bars routine. And what... Can she just keep it up? Found herself in third place at halfway. Oh, look, she was so disappointed. She's reliving it, but she's got to put it behind her. It's next apparatus mentality. Just look at that. That beam looks daunting, doesn't it, like that? Look at it.
It is daunting, I think, especially when you're at this stage of the competition and you just know if you can do it just like you do in training, you're there.
Well, Ferrari's gone up into third behind Biles and Mustafina in second at this stage. But don't forget, we still have Kyla Ross to come and this young lady, Yao Yinan. Chinese traditionally are light, elegant and courageous on beam. Uh, 13.833 for Larissa Yodash, and disappointment. Yao Yinan on beam. Good piece for the Chinese generally, but she has to produce it under pressure.
Well, she was second on beam at the 2011 World Championships, so she can produce beautiful beam work, but can she do it when it matters? And there's your answer. Full twisting, tuck back, one of the most difficult skills.
When did I last see two Chinese gymnasts follow one another to fall off beam?
She held that well. 2 flips into the straight back somersault. As we've said so many times today, once you've had one fall, it's quite difficult to put it behind you. She needs to do that. She's just losing tension and technique a little bit. Super height on the leaps, fabulous acrobatic skills. Supple back and legs. But all she wants to do now is get off. Must keep her focus, must perform this well. Big round off, double pike, she does. But goodness me, they've succumbed today, some of them.
And it was a very difficult skill, a standing full twist, but all the same, you need to hit at this level, and this young lady is hitting, Simone Biles, but here we are, this is where the damage was done, full twist, and just didn't get a strong plant with her feet, and away she comes. On the edge. Literally. But every fall for one gymnast is an opportunity for another, and that makes for an exciting competition.
These gymnasts perform these routines so many times in training to try and be able to do it almost in their sleep when the pressure arrives.
Julia Steingruber.
Zwitserland. Nummer 14 van de Spelen in Londen, dames en heren. Julia Steingruber.
Known for power. On vault. Here she is on floor. I am confident. Oh, look at that full twisting double straight. Beautiful line. More power. Double straight again. The coach going through every skill in the background. Dramatic choreography, suits her physique and her power. Double tuck, a bit open. That exhalation before final tumble, explodes into a double pike with a little skip back, but so much power there.
Absolutely wonderful opening tumble there. Double straight with full twist.
Kyla Ross needs 14.517 to take the lead from Simone Biles.
And Kyla Ross, one of the team that won the Olympic Games. An experienced gymnast. Very nice change leg leap to ring. One backflip, one layout somersault, very securely performed. Two fairly basic jumps, but linked well. Free walkover, immediate sheep jump. It's when you link these acrobatic skills with the jumps that the bonuses arrive. You can see this is completely choreographed, this routine. Arms in the same place every time, very strong. Lovely free cartwheel. She's done each of these elements so many times. She just has to do them the same as in training. Manages it just fine. Big, strong front somersault. Hear the little whistle to say that you've got 10 seconds to get off. Here it comes, round off, double tuck. Not a flicker. They are looking very strong, these American gymnasts.
Simone Biles showing her appreciation too. And this young lady, Kyla Ross, is a lovely mixture of athletic elegance and power. And it shows on that apparatus. She was precise and she was, isn't that lovely? She was determined. Great routine from her. She really attacked it, head well back. Lovely, elegant performer. And she's going to lift her chances with this performance. Such confidence.
Very, very precise, good foot placement. One foot in front of the other.
Nice little double tuck to wrap it all up. She almost lost control there, but the big smile takes over, and that was a strong routine. 14.566 in qualifying. Believe it or not, we're 3/4 of the way through.
And you can just see how tiny Simone Biles is there, can't you?
Holding up nicely now this competition. A few little problems on beam, but none from Mustafina. She did well on it, making a challenge. Yodash suffered a little bit.
Well, look at this. With one piece left to go, Kyla Ross goes ahead of Simone Biles. I mean, to me, that beam routine from Kyla Ross was the performance of the whole competition so far. How she managed to keep her composure. It was just remarkable, with a score of 14.533. Having seen so many gymnasts fall before her, knew that she had to stay in medal contention, and now she's leading the competition. So Mustafina goes down into third. Oh, goodness, what a rotation, Beth.
It was. I mean, we always said beam was going to be the hardest part, and to see top 3 of your top 6 fall in, it really does make or break. And the 2 British girls had a great round on vault, Rebecca with her double twist and Ruby with her full twist. So Becky's moved up the ranks.
Well, we're going to get a chance to see those vaults now, so let's start with Rebecca Tunney's 14.866.
Nice double twist, clean landing. There's not a lot there that the judges can take off her. She's had a great double twist for a year or so now, so she knows exactly what to do for that landing.
What a shame she couldn't have started with that performance. That would have given her all the confidence that she needed, wouldn't it, just?
Clara, coach, will be really pleased with that.
Yeah, okay, well, and here is Ruby Harold taking to the end of the vault runway. You can see a difficulty score of 5 there.
Yeah, she just went for the full twist. But yeah, again, it's nice and clean. Obviously that big step on the landing that the judges can take the marks off her for.
So Ruby then scored 13.9. Well, we've got one more piece of apparatus to go in this women's all-around final of 2013, and goodness me, well, you can see the British girls there are going over to uneven bars. That's where they're finished, but the leaders, they're going to be on floor, and well, Kyla Ross is ahead at the moment, ahead of Simone Biles-Lewis, but Biles, highest qualifier on floor.
It's going to be an exciting floor. It's going to be full of fireworks. It's going to be slap, bang, wallop, you know, all sorts going on that floor. So yeah, I'm excited.
Well, the interesting thing was just to see her walking round to her last piece of apparatus, Biles I'm talking about here. She was chilled, she was smiling, she was almost dancing to the music.
She was prancing around. I mean, I think they know it's going to be an exciting final. You know, they're definitely putting on a good show for us lot at home as well. So yeah, it's going to be good.
So Mustafina is the second up. She's currently lying in 3rd place at the moment, but the whole competition will finish with Biles. All eyes will be on her. Now that's a test.
That's always the hardest part, the whole stadium, but she's used to that pressure. She's used to performing in front of thousands, so I don't think that'll phase her in the slightest, and she's got a mega floor routine.
Okay, well, let's get down onto the floor area. Mitch Fenner and Christine Still in the commentary box.
Watch them.
So then, final act. This is Shang Chun Song. Nice, perky little start. Very nice, very clean. And those of you who can remember the 60s, this is the theme tune to Bonanza. She's delightful. She's working accurately, a little bit hesitant perhaps. Full twisting double, a little bit low. And off she goes again. Ooh, could she spin, but she couldn't control the last rotation. Jumped so high for one so little. Powerful through the flick. There's the double pike. Delightful finish. She skipped across the floor.
Well, a very, very different routine and a very powerful gymnast. We're used to seeing these very slight little Chinese gymnasts hardly being able to tumble. She is very powerful. Is this the opening tumble? Look, 1.5. Walk out into triple twists, 1, 2, 3, immediate punch front. Really good opener, lots of confidence. And there we are, the 2.5 into the pike front. She's strong on her landings. And really quite a clever, different sort of routine.
There was a moment there that she almost paused. But, she can tumble. Go on, give it an applause.
Well, it would have been a bigger applause had she stayed on beam, that's for sure.
Which one will it be? Comes down to this last apparatus, comes down the floor. And Yamani has to breathe, he feels, Simone, if she goes through. She was 0.8 up.
She's got the much more difficult routine, so she has the higher start score. However, Kyla Ross is the much more classical performer, so she's likely to have the higher execution score. So it really is going to be interesting.
Oh, a little smile. But that start was great, wasn't it? Triple twist into punch front. I mean, that's great work. And she did that from a walkout and around her flick. Just great. And it earned her 13.966. Alia Mustafina finds herself in the running. But this is so important to her. Third place going in. And what coming out? We'll see.
Well, in qualification, she fell on this first tumble. 2 whips into a double Arabian. No such problem today. Super landing. That spin is fantastic. Triple twist, but they were untidy legs. Oh, the quadruple spin just about round. See the earnest look on her face. Double tuck, what a great landing. And she gave that everything. What a performance. That is Mustafina at her best.
Majestic is the only word. There was a haughty elegance about the way she presented the choreography. And look at the plaudits. Accept them because that was wonderful. The power in the tumbling, the elegance in the choreography. It was truly majestic.
It was a performance, the type of choreography you can't teach. You have to perform.
The power was there too, no mistake. Look at wonderful opening tumble. And look at this, watch the head come up after. She was really in control of this routine. Just about made the 4th turn, but still presented it. Look at this, triple twist, lost her legs a little in the air. But overall, magical. Wonderful, wonderful performance. For me, it's what women's artistic gymnastics is all about. See, that was terrific.
And the contrast really with the American gymnasts is quite stark. They're very good, very, very well rehearsed, but it's definitely an imposed performance as opposed to something from the heart, which you feel Mustafina is a performer. It's her performance, not something just taught.
Yes, it transcends sport into the realms of art and pure theatre. It was beautiful. And what will these two make of it?
She's a very difficult gymnast in training, I think. We've all seen many days with the coach where there's tears and problems, but with that artistic temperament comes the ability to perform on the day.
They're really pondering, making absolutely sure justice is done.
Well, of course, the judges have quite a lot of marks to award for artistry. And I'm sure, like us, they'll be thinking that was truly artistic. And if they give them maximum marks, it can make a lot of difference.
Well, when you think she had 13.166 in qualifying, and still made that top 6 bracket, this is going to make a huge difference. She was in third coming into this round, and they've given her 14.566. Much improved. So 58.856 is the total. The rest of your dash takes to the floor. Disappointment on me. Has to put it behind her. How strong is she mentally? Lovely open up. Solid. Power across the floor. Double opener, full twisting double. Follow it up. She really is determined now to make amends for problems on me. Triple twist all the way around. Wonderful, dramatic, stirring music. She's doing a great job with it. Be good if she could stick it. Double pike, and she did. And still smiling at it. Finish your dash. That's the way to finish your competition. You've made amends for the problem on beam, and that man must be pleased.
Great performance there from your dash. Like you said, Mitch, put the beam behind her, really went for it on floor. She's so powerful, so dynamic, makes the floor her own, and such a great tumbler. Double, 2 twists, 2 somersaults. Octavian Belu, the great architect of Romanian gymnastics.
Roxana Popa-Nedelcu. Good Spanish name. Here she is on vault. Very powerful transition. Pops up from the top, hits the double twist, slightly askew on the line, but they're delighted. That's the competition over with. Congratulations all.
Yeah, she really strikes this platform well. Lifts high, very efficient in the 2 twists. She's been very impressive. We saw her first as a junior at the Junior Europeans a year ago, and she's maturing into a really powerful senior gymnast.
Her score 14.8, 55.366, 6th place at the moment. And what for Larissa Jordash? There they are. 1 and 2 going in. Which way round will it finish? Jordash 14.7. 57.766. Behind Mustafina, it was the beam that did the damage. Yao Yinan and to Beam.
For China, Yinan
She
Yao.
was a real contender in third, but now working for pride.
Super triple twist. Linked to the jump for a bonus. Strong double pike somersault. Very well rewarded. The spin with the leg right up to the face. Another 2.5 into the jump. Very classical, elegant gymnast. Just hopped on the spin. She made 3, but not the 4. Whoa, that was a very good leap, though. This has been a well-controlled performance, elegant, light. What the dismount, super landing of the double tuck.
Lovely performance. And so many of these gymnasts have shown a maturity to come back after a problem apparatus and produce what they're capable of. But you've got to hit 4 from 4 if you're going to get amongst the medals. And, lots of power in this tumbling too. 2.5 twists. Easily done.
Elle se prépare pour le Canada, Morse Victoria.
Nice way to finish.
Kijken.
Very inexpensive.
Zometeen naar
Coach is
de
pleased.
oefening van Geir.
So, Yao Yinan has completed her program.
Even wachten op de cijfertjes.
Julia Steingruber.
And she's the European champion on vault. 1.5 twists in the handspring straight front tummy. Just a tiny bit offline, but a really strong, powerful vault.
Very clean and efficient. What's the shape in the twist? She really does. She kicks it out, straightens it. That's a difficult vault, and it was to the side for a deduction. But this is power. Semi 1.5 twists from the handspring. Foot was on the line. Strong plant. Skews to the side a little bit. It's such power. 15.3. And well deserved. 13.866. Judging severe on floor. Marks hard to come by.
Yeah, very hard to come by, Mitch.
Kyla Ross.
Floor exercise for Kyla Ross.
Fourth overtake was to finish. She needs 13.857, and barring serious problems, she's going to do that. The question is, can she extend a lead enough to give a challenge to Simone Biles? We'll soon see. Double Arabian, controlled into the lead. Altus and double, 2 really powerful tumbles, but look at the way she's presenting this routine. Light on her feet, gymnastically so elegant. Change of tempo and mood. The stage set for yet more tumbling. Double pike, just a little bit deep. Now then. Big scale it will be. Double tuck, just the pace back. Now then, is it enough?
Well, it was very nicely performed. She's a deceptively powerful gymnast. She looks quite slight, but she's very powerful.
Isn't that nice to see? Before she performs, she can take time to hug a gymnast.
Very nice double Arabian, immediately into the jump. That gets a bonus mark. If the difficult tumble can link into a jump, and that was a super to Ajete to ring. Try to touch the head in the middle of the leap. Clean double pike, chest really well up on landing. The judges deduct if the chest is pointing to the floor on landing, but here you can see the tumble finished with the chest right up.
That really is delightful. I mean, she's about to perform and still takes time out to congratulate her teammate. Vanessa Ferrari on board. Look at the power. You check her 1.5 twist. What a cracker to finish. Great competition. I admire this gymnast so much. You know her, Coach Chris.
Yes, Enrico Casella coached her from very little. She's really been on fire this championships. She's had injuries over the last few years and she looks really strong and healthy. 1.5 twist, not quite as good a tariff as the double.
14.4 was her score. And all eyes will be on Kyla Ross, 14.333. Again, that judging is severe. Marks are hard to come by. And all eyes will focus on Simone Biles. You can see the score she has to make. 59.332 is out there in front. Mustafina's in second. There she is. Will it all change? If Simone's got anything to do with it, that 14.349 will be in the bag. Let's see.
Well, she's power personified. Look at this, double, big skip back. Now watch this tumble. It's the second tumble, remember. Double straight with a half turn, plonk into the ground, not a flicker. Well, she's really selling this routine. The crowd are loving it. Another great tumble about to arrive. 2.5 twist. Look at the height on the front somersault afterwards. All the power, harnessing it well. Full twisting, double back, hop forward. What a performance. Absolutely sums the championships up.
What a performance indeed, and there can't be any doubt, surely. She was the only gymnast in qualifying who made 15 on floor. She's probably done it again, and certainly she's done enough. That was an incredible performance under pressure. Last up, and she produces that. Wonderful, wonderful stuff.
Well, both these gymnasts haven't faltered. They've been strong. They've shown the wonderful training they have, how if you train enough, if you perform enough, it works.
And such power. She unleashes it time after time, a double-double up. She was up in the rafters. And she produced it so many times. Look at that half twist in the double straight. Just such power. She's loving every second. Wow. Present it. I know I can do this well. Watch it in my body language. Better still, watch it in this spectacular tumbling. Full twisting double. Fantastic from her. Oh, I love that. Just a tiny little touch, but it just shows surely she's done it, and that is great to see. That's team spirit. And she got into the 15s again. She certainly won this competition. I can't see anything stopping her. Mustafina will get a medal. She knows that. Taking their time over Simone's score. But it surely is a formality. They love this competition. A colossal score, 15.233, 60.216. A worthy world champion. What an all-round competition, Christine. Mustafina, she's in third.
Absolutely fantastic competition. Wonderful to see Mustafina work well. But these gymnasts are so well rehearsed. They can perform those routines so cleanly and well. Really impressive. That has to be mum and dad.
What a moment for them. She has captured a few hearts, and the way she is, she's open with all the gymnasts. Mustafina gets a cuddle, and it's cuddles all round. Kyla Ross takes the silver. It's America 1 and 2, and Mustafina did well to get a bronze medal in this company. Look at that score, 60.216. What a champion. What a competition.
Adam, how long's left? Well, it was never in doubt that the Americans were going to get up there onto the podium. We did wonder at times in what order, but my word, what a champion Simone Biles is. Kyla Ross, she kept pressing it all the way, but I am also delighted, I'm sure you are as well, Beth, to see Alia Mustafina up there on the podium.
Yeah, I mean, the Americans, it was always theirs to lose, so, and do you know what, it's so nice to see Simone, like Mitch was saying, she's so open with the other gymnasts. She was straight over to them to congratulate them. So she is a worthy champion, and I'm really pleased that she's taken it.
Well, Elizabeth Sykes there as well in 15th. And Great Britain, Ruby Harold finishes 17th. And Rebecca Tunney finishes 19th. We've just got a chance to have a look at their bars routines. We'll start with Ruby Harold. Now she scored 14.533.
This is actually Rebecca's routine. So you've got the good clean start, upside handstand into the scoop shot, straight back to the low bar with the pack salto, and there's the new connection straight back into the shot. Such a difficult start going up, down, up, down. Since the Olympics, Rebecca has grown slightly and lost her timing, so that's just where she's fallen there.
Well, teammate Ruby Harold, she scored 13.033. But, well, tomorrow we've got a lot of action still to come here from Belgium at 1:30 on the red button. You can see it all on HD as well, and online. You get the chance to see the men's floor with Dan Purvis. And then 2:30 on BBC One HD, and online we've got the Apparatus finals live with Max Whitlock, Becky Downey and Ruby Harold on bars as well. But really, I mean, you can sense the joy of seeing such remarkable gymnastics.
I'm popping.
Yeah. You were. I mean, all the way around. It was never really in doubt, as we said, about the Americans, was it?
I mean, it was fantastic to watch them. I mean, you can tell that they train hard and they've done their routines with such conviction.
Yeah,
it was a pleasure to watch. It really was.
But I think as well, it was that battle between kind of, the explosiveness of Biles and that kind of beauty and style of Michaela Ross and indeed Mustafina.
Yeah, Kyla and Mustafina, they've got that artistry, and Simone, she's just a powerhouse. She's explosive in any way, but do you know what? It's so nice to see all three of them medaling, and Mustafina, after the couple of years that she had before the Olympics, it's so nice to see her back up with the all-around.
And we were just saying as well, Lewis, there, I mean, where gymnastics is heading with the difficulty, 16 new moves have come up into this course.
16 new accredited moves put in for this World Championship. So it just shows that, as hard as gymnastics is at the minute, it's still evolving, and we're still finding new ways to do new elements and really push the boundaries of the sport.
And just a quick think ahead then to tomorrow for Max, how do you think he's going to be feeling?
I think he'll feel all right. I mean, he's a cool, calm, collected guy. He'll only feel his nerves literally minutes before he's about to compete. So he should do great.
So there you are then. Simone Biles has been crowned the all-around champion and certainly made a name for herself here. Tomorrow, 5 more world champions will be crowned. Maybe one of them will be British. If you're watching this on BBC 3, up next is Orphan Black. But from all of us here, it's goodbye.